What are you talking about?
I'm not Tracy! I'm not a girl! I'm not even human! I'm Pilot X!
This video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. Welcome back to America's Funniest Inseminations. With it still being the best-selling console of all time, the PlayStation 2 has sold over 150 units. That's all thanks to its great games, and it being cheaper than buying a regular DVD player at the time. Every developer wanted in on the pie, churning out over 3,000 games. So tonight, I'm covering the weird, the colorful, or strange PS2 titles. It's Juice and Jam time.
A new opponent is ready to face you.
We want fun, and you might as well face it. We wanna have fun, and we wanna get wasted.
A 2-liter bottle of Shasta and my all-Rush mixtape. Let's rock.
When we hit the top of the night.
Just a prank, bro. That's how it starts. Then bam, pregnancy. I keep it above the waistline as I play Under the Skin from 2004 by Capcom. A pretty unique game. As an alien invader disguised as a human, you're dropped into an arena and are given several items to pull pranks on people. These can be anything from pies to the face, music to annoy people, or a gun.
Remember, no Russian.
When the victims are mortally pranked, they drop coins you gotta collect. Whoever collects the most coins wins, but those you pranked will be out for blood. Much like Capcom's Ghosts and Goblins, the enraged civilians will take back their money as they rip your clothes off. Even if you're disguised as a kid, they do the same. Oh no. If they hit you twice, you revert back to your alien form, so you gotta keep disguising yourself by vaporizing a human's existence, thus taking their identity. Should've gotten a VPN. So much was done with this basic concept. Sometimes you're competing against other aliens, sometimes you're working with them, certain items are for mobility or will poison you. You got arena-specific gimmicks, like the graveyard level has you pranking people by sacrificing their soul in a pentagram, thus eradicating their body and mind. Ha, pretty funny, guys. You'd totally get me if I still had a soul. By the way, did you download Surfshark VPN yet? Under the Skin's graphics are just gorgeously timeless. There's so many characters of different ages, races, and body types, so many on screen at once. Now that I think of it, this game really influenced my art. You got this Resident Evil 3 stage, something about seeing such pseudo-realistic designs, cartoonified, opened my mind creatively. There's a lot of fun in taking detailed characters and breaking them down to their most basic features. Simplified, but still recognizable. Is that Ghost Trick? It's Ghost Trick. 6 years before Ghost Trick. It's also by Capcom. Ghost Trick over here! So to see what others thought of this unique title, I watched some reviews like this one by Demimax. He documented footage of Under the Skin's now lost Flash-based website. Some interesting stuff here, like these NPCs on the box are based on and voiced by 2 Japanese idols. They shamelessly have them posing in their swimsuits to promote the game, which according to this page at the time of production, this girl was 19 and the other was 14 years old. That website also had this quirky skit of the 14-year-old recording her lines in a bathing suit. She's also in the game's commercial where the whole joke is her clothes disappear, leaving her in a swimsuit. Well, this is probably the worst thing Capcom has ever done. Let's move on. I have no idea why Little Green Bag, that one song from Reservoir Dogs, is in the soundtrack. Anyway, Under the Skin is the kinda hectic, unique game that, had it been released now, free to play, online, probably would have been way more popular. This game takes like 2 hours to beat, but it seems like multiplayer was the selling point. There's so many ways to screw over your friends that it could make for a great party game today. Other than maybe Mad World on the Wii, there really aren't too many games like Under the Skin.
I'm up!
Winner!
Hey, hold on. Man, you ever thought Mario Kart was missing something? Something like airplanes and even more ethnic stereotypes. Well, you're in luck, as I found just the game, and no, it's not Diddy Kong Racing. It's Freaky Flyers from 2003.
We'd like to sign you to a multi-million-dollar deal. Just need your Johnny Hancock right here.
You want me to hand you my what?
Now, a kart racer in the sky seems very flawed gameplay-wise. No drifting and you got way more space to avoid hazards. With flight comes sometimes too much freedom. But the game compensates by letting you choose the most direct routes, or choosing wider turns towards more items and turbos. As you race, you'll have challenges like destroying a target or collecting stuff. Fulfilling this Mario 64 type of checklist will earn you upgrades, boosters, or new routes to use. This is required to catch up, and there's no difficulty settings, so you gotta do those missions to win the race. It's almost like speedrunning a collectathon.
You've shot the targets. You've earned an additional power-up slot. You've cleared the logjam. You've opened up the Blue Boost Highway.
Along with racing, there's different mini-games and even a Star Fox-style final boss. Kinda wish the game did more missions like these. A lot of great ideas here, but racing is still the focus.
Gonna have some fun. Loaded gun. Anchors away. Torpedo run. Shoot the flying monkeys. And sing the funky little battleship.
The best parts of the game is just the amount of destruction and traps you can activate against the opponents. The environments are all alive with civilians living their life and monsters attacking. Though I just wish they were easier to see. This game could have used a brightness setting. The haunted house stage with the dead ends and abrupt curves is damn near unplayable if you don't know what you're doing. Oh boy, where am I going? As with any horny tune game from the time, the music lyrics are nutty and the art resembles a bunch of Earthworm Jim characters. That's because the art is by Kevin Munro, who used to work at Interplay, known for Earthworm Jim, and he also directed the 2007 TMNT movie. Bloated buff men and triangle-headed women are totally his style.
But let's talk about the race.
My mission is to win Freaky Flyers race for pride of German Air Force.
Okay, I know they were jerking it while making this, but I will say at least the women characters are equally as goofy as the men. They're a little more than just the standard no fun allowed horny types. Everyone here is deranged, even the Australians.
Next thing I knew, there was a dead dingo on me windshield. Me mates and I are jumping down dingo dogs, and they tasted great. That was the beginning of McBungadoo's Roadkill Restaurant.
Jesus Christ, even Michael Cusack would consider this hate speech. Freaky Flyers might as well be a movie too because it features over 90 minutes of cinematics. Granted, a lot of them are still images, but due to all the footage, the GameCube port requires 2 discs to play. Fair warning, do not get the GameCube port if you want to...
The richest man in all of Arabia. If you lose, you will become part of my harem.
What if I win?
You get to become part of my harem. Isn't that fantastic?
Call me Chic Shady cause I'm down with all the ladies. I got more wives than a camel has fleas. I'm slick as a jar of petroleum jelly and I wear this shirt because my skin's real oily.
You got a massive roster of ethnic stereotypes from all over the globe. I'm stalling for time so you can see all the character designs. This game will not stop till it offends every nation on the planet. Keep in mind, many of them are just alt outfits for the same characters. Now, depending on which console you play on, PS2, GameCube, Xbox, they each have 5 exclusive pilots. What a random bonus, so there's no definitive port.
Samuel Wasabi is the greatest freaky flyer in the world.
Quick, if we end him, we end racism. Yeah, you got this short Japanese man with his jet titled the Kamikaze Express, and he has this robot girlfriend because Japan.
Arian Cutis.
I was going to let you go free, you pervert! But now you must face me in a battle in outer space!
The fuck is that Aspen Hotel motherfucker? So, do we got any Mexicans in here?
Oh, if only I was crossing the border!
I'm sure he means legally. And how about people of Arabia?
Did you know I have 100 identical sisters?
Woohoo, baby! Oh, I get 99 bombshells for my harem.
As long as you leave me one.
God damn it, okay, I know it's not the same as Arabia, but they got an Indian voice actor for that character. At least they didn't get a white guy to play him. Samir Patel, that's an Indian name, right? Patel, I've seen Scott Pilgrim. I think the most iffy thing here was said by the narrator describing the Arabian stage.
Arabia is really a wonderful land, full of interesting artifacts and business opportunities. For example, next year they're hoping to get a professional football franchise. Of course, they won't, but you have to admire that childlike innocence. Arabia, where everything's possible but very little really is.
Oh yeah, you can't make this game nowadays. Mostly because hardly anyone makes kart racers anymore, let alone air-based racing games.
We'll get jumping in a freaky flying plane. It's more than just a game.
Truly, this is a game from a totally different time, but brushing that under the rug, Freaky Flyers has a ton of great ideas that could have been fleshed out in sequels. Is there a speedrun community for this? Because it seems perfect for that. A kart racer mixed with a collectathon. It's basically what Diddy Kong Racing could have evolved into. If that sounds like something you'd love, then you gotta track down Freaky Flyers.
I'm Pilot X! And I challenge you to a battle in outer space! Screwing cartoony, it's a freaky flyer game.
The tech demo. It's usually a short video made to tell the consumer what the fancy new console can do, such as particle effects. Wow. They're usually for display purposes, but sometimes a developer will be brave enough to say, look, we spent a bunch of time and money making this demo, we're gonna try and sell some sort of game out of this. That's Fantavision, a launch title from the year 2000. It's a puzzle game, the perfect genre if you hate the colorblind. They can't appreciate Speed Racer the movie. Fuck them. Here, you must highlight at least 3 flares of the same color. Should you catch a rainbow flare, you can continue the combo with another color. But don't take too long. These things will explode on their own. To get points, you gotta blow them up before the game does. Do you want to blow them up now, or risk that long combo that could blow at any second? It's a pretty simple, bare-bones title. It's fine, I guess. The only extras you got are multiplayer and a screensaver mode with over 999 different fireworks show variants. Someone out there has probably seen every single one and is still walking the earth to this day. Utterly horrifying. Also creepy are these retro future live-action cutscenes. Something about kids using phones calling strangers. I don't like it. There's no voices, just music, which depending on region is completely different. Tell me which version you prefer. Honestly, it doesn't matter what you prefer. We YouTubers just desperately need to boost the video algorithm with comments. I owe money to some shady people. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. Why the difference? It's just marketing to appeal to that region. My favorite is Japan's mix of swanky 50s infomercial and techno. Europe's got a dance club vibe that I don't care for, and America has this nice dreamy quality inspired by the artist Enya. Oh, she made that song. During this interview by US composer Ash Hakik, he revealed the music had to be done in 12 days while wishing there was more time to experiment. Ash did at least match up the score with the scripted background visuals. It's kind of a soothing game to play. Fantavision may not have the most features in a puzzle game, but it's got sparkle effects and a Japanese-only sequel with a remixed soundtrack. Game's fine, but damn do I love the music.
Game over. thank you for playing. See you again.
We'll be back with more PS2 games after this. Are you tired of this happening, especially around the holidays? Well, you need Surfshark VPN. Yes, sir, the sponsor of tonight's video. What's a VPN? It's great. It changes your internet region and protects your privacy. You got Netflix, just switch regions and bam, you can see what other countries have on their Netflix. It's that easy. How about something to keep you safe, especially on public Wi-Fi? Nothing can stop you. Use the code RebelTaxi to get 83% off with 3 extra months. Don't like that? You got a 30-day money-back guarantee. Oh, what? You got an incognito window on your browser? Wow, that's completely useless. Surfshark VPN, it's got clean web. This thing will block malicious ads, trackers, and malware. Don't trust an internet provider, trust Surfshark VPN. Use the code RebelTaxi to get 83% off with 3 extra months. You got a 30-day money-back guarantee. VPN.
Only the greatest warriors will reach their peak. The mountain awakens. The stage is set. Welcome to MotorStorm.
Even when the next generation of consoles was around, the PS2 sold so many units that developers continued to release games for 13 years. The final game being FIFA 14, they really went out with a bang, and so did I, because sports games make me want to bang my head against the coffee table. That's why I was legally declared dead for 5 minutes, but what kept my will alive is MotorStorm 3 Arctic Edge from 2009, 3 years after the PS3 console's debut. Yeah, I'm playing the PSP port, which I'll explain why later. Here's a racing franchise with cars, bikes, trucks, ATVs, everything all at once. This time you got more ice-themed vehicles like snowmobiles and plows. Now, each game in the franchise sticks to one ecosystem: desert, island, city, but this one held the MotorStorm Racing Festival in the Arctic Edge, obviously. With snowy locations, your car horn has a function. Sound off in the right area and you can either cause an avalanche or shatter an ice bridge shortcut. Really, that horn feature is not used so much. This is still the typical racer, albeit with a not-so-great frame rate. Them physics objects, boy. Though, to complement the honky white snow, the menu interface has this pleasing CMYK printer ink color scheme. Bold outlines, square text. Gee, I wonder why I like this game so much. There's also achievements to earn that are represented by these badges. Good God, yes, look at these things, so much color, oh my god, graphic design is my passion, yes. And how about cosmetics, a first in the franchise? You'll be flooded with vehicle parts, stickers, and patterns to add, some of which are based on other Sony properties, Little Big Planet, Killzone, or Wipeout. Compared to the first MotorStorm, which I covered in my PS3 video, Arctic Edge fixes all the issues I had, and it's so much easier to get into. Maybe too easy, it'll take several races before the AI will put up a fight. Oh, but you were wondering about the PSP footage?
Let's get it right! We get it right!
MotorStorm 3 was released to both PSP and PS2. Surprisingly, the console port was priced at $10 less. For 20 bucks, it was a great deal. I love this series. It's a majestic spectacle of lumbering physics objects tumbling about, and it being portable was all the more impressive. But yeah, the PS2 port is the exact same with better models and textures. Though, unlike the PSP, it has no photo mode, no custom soundtracks, and no online, which I guess doesn't really matter now, so choose whatever. Then, why am I using footage of the handheld release? Honestly, I already recorded footage of it a year ago for a potential PSP vid. I'm reviewing multiple games here, time is not on my side. So, let's cover some more. Don't beat your meat, here's Technic Beat. All you gotta do is be on top of these rings and tap a button at the right time. It's like Osu or Elite Beat Agents, except you gotta walk. Oh, now if any rings are touching, you only have to hit one to eliminate the group. Each character has their own way of moving rings around. Some can pick them up, others can increase their radius or kick them to the right spot. It's sort of like WarioWare Get It Together in terms of character mobility. The game is as hard as the dancer you select. That's pretty unique. I found myself real hooked into Technic Beat. If I messed up, I'm thankful the restart button is near instant.
Retry?
Eliminating the rings as fast as possible is the goal, but this also distorts the music. Interesting experiment, but sometimes doing well means being assaulted with the sound designer grinding their face against the Casio keyboard. Now, I'm actually playing the sequel. You see, back in 2002, Japan's arcades and PS2s got the title Technic Tix, but 2 years later they released the sequel we got in America, Technic Beat. Similar game, but new soundtrack. One that features music from various Namco titles like Pac-Man or Dig Dug. But that's not all, as Technic's developer Arika also made the EX Street Fighter games, who brought you Skullomania, a former salesman who gave up his career to be a superhero. Skullomania is playable only in the Japanese prequel. That's not fair. What the heck? Japan also got a dog and a ballerina whose toes bleed all the time. You come back in here and give us the dancing dog. Yes! At least America still got this completely randomized selection of characters that feel like are from totally different games. A platypus, a bear, a robot, another robot, and some guy. My man.
Word.
Though I don't like how the main one, Nitty, has its head constantly throbbing. Is he okay? So in my research, I found out as of 2020, Arika's website is still making wallpaper backgrounds of the cast. I thought maybe the game had multiple sequels in Japan, but no, it's just 2 games and they decided to make them the mascots. I love these wallpapers. Something about them just radiates 2006 DeviantArt, MapleStory, or drawing tablet advertisements, you know? Oh wait, actually, there is another game on mobile I can still download, Pitta Pat Beat. It plays more like Guitar Hero on a phone. Some of the old tracks are carried over too. I was not expecting so much history from this rhythm game. Technic Beat is such a fun time. While the audio distortions can taint the soundtrack, I really love these character-specific abilities. It'd be nice to see more rhythm games have you control the whole character like this, and not just their instruments or dance moves. This really feels like untapped potential for more music games.
Don't give up. Challenge again.
Freaky Flyer, action!
Get your freak on.
Stop! I'm the star of Freaky Flyers, the first flying game where you adventure, dogfight, and race in fully open interactive 3D environments. Freaky Flyers, rated teen.
いいね、素直。あの人も青。あの人も青。え？
色が揃うと花火が上がる。天空パズル、ファンタビジョン。
綺麗。プレイステーション。
Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall.